Hey everyone, Michelle here, and I am doing a layout today for Peartree Cutfiles, and this is from the March Pearscription. And so I love all these speech bubbles, and I thought it would be perfect for this picture of my niece. So she is graduating this year, and she had 1,000-point career in basketball at her high school. So very proud of her. She is a go-getter. And so I'm using the Pink Fresh Simply the Best collection. I haven't really played with this. I've had this in my stash for a while, but I liked having some of the verbiage that I could put in some of the speech bubbles. And then there's a couple other pieces, like in the cut aparts, that I thought I could use in the speech bubbles. And I pulled out a few other things from my stash. Now, in the collection, I have, some of the cardboard stickers or cardstock stickers and the ephemera that I can also use. But I also have these stickers that I've had for a while that I thought I could use. Particularly with the "You Amaze Me," "Brave," "Strong," "All Play, All Day." So I thought about using those, and I also pulled some stars that I have in my collection. And I also pulled this stencil that I have from Peartree Cutfiles of shooting stars. And so I'm not really sure how much of this I'm going to use at this point. So we will dive in and see what we come up with. All right, everyone. So I thought I had my recorder on, and I did not. So I'm just going to talk through my cut file here a little bit. So as you can see, I changed to black for the main portion of the cut file, and then I cut it again, removing these little inserts. So let me say that again. I hit all the contours, and then I popped these back in. I did miss this little one, but I'm okay with that. That happens at times. And then I cut that out of this kind of plaid piece. And then I just picked a couple pattern papers. I picked this one that has the high five and cut those out. And I just used my pop outs as a guide to cut these, and then adhered it all. So back to the process. All right, so I have my cut file here, and I have added the brave and the strong words off of that sticker sheet, and now I am just bumping up this "You Amaze Me" onto foam tape. It's a hair too big for this speech bubble, so I thought if I popped it up, that would kind of hide that a little bit. I have added these star stickers, and then in that upper blue speech bubble, I'm just going to take some of these citrus twist and hit club letters and spell out 1,000 out of the mint, and then I'll use the orange color to spell out points. And that is going to really be my short and sweet journaling on this layout, but it definitely gets the point across. My only regret with this picture is that it is at a district game, and so that's not their home court, and so they're not really Mount Vernon Bulldogs or Burlington Tigers. And so I thought about putting that on there as well, but I just want to focus on it being Claire's 1,000-point game, and so that's what I'm sticking to. So I thought I would add a little bit of that blue and that goldish green into the background. So I just took this stencil and used it to cut out a couple borders, and I'm trying to decide, do I want it on the left? Do I want it on the right? Do I want it on both? I'm still trying to figure that part out. And then I start looking at this mint paper that I really like, and it looks, the cut file really pops against it, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with her picture and to help to fill that left side of the layout. And so I'm taking a look at a few different things, playing with it. Sometimes you just particularly, I didn't have a sketch or anything for this layout, so sometimes you just have to give it a play and see what you like, what you don't like. And so that is what I'm doing here. And so I am going to go ahead and take a look at it with the blue and the yellow on each side. And that really isn't doing it for me. And I tried to get this all play all day onto the layout numerous times. Lots of times it might be on some of the edited portions, but that does not end up making it into the layout. And so then I thought, okay, maybe I'll just have it all on the right. How does that feel balance wise? It feels a bit heavy. And so I'm not sure if I like that either. And so then I think, well, maybe I need to cut into this mint paper. And so that's what I end up doing. I'm thinking, okay, if I have white on one side and then the mint on the other, how will that look? And so sometimes it's just you take a look at a few different things and then you just take a leap of faith. And so I am going to cut my curves into this mint paper as well. And then at this point, I think I'm going to have the mint and the cut file and my strips all on one side. And then I'm going to do white on the other with maybe just one little bit of yellow trim. Um, and then I decide to just flip it. So you're going to see here in a minute, I'm going to take that mint paper and flip it over. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put some of my curvy bits up on foam tape a little bit just to give it some dimension. And go ahead and adhere that. And then I am going to get that all lined up. And I use black ink to distress a lot of my edges. So here I think, okay, I'm still going to put this under, but then I end up flipping it over and I'm going, oh, I like that. And so this is what I end up sticking with. And I take that yellow and the remaining blue piece and put it under the mint. And so it kind of has a bit of a channel going down down the right side there. And then I'm going to put my cut file there as well. And I'm going to go ahead and lift it up on some foam adhesive. And yeah, so far I like how this is going. And like I said, gonna get all this up on foam adhesive and then go ahead and stick it onto that right side of my layout. And so then I have my picture that is going to go on the left side. I don't want to do a whole lot on the left side because it's really about the picture and the cut file. And I had a little some technical difficulties with my tape runner. And so, but I am going to mat my photo with those same two colors. And so that kind of greenish gold, and then the blue behind it. And I'm going to ink these edges as well. So Clara had such a great high school basketball career. I know it's hard for her to be done now after, playing so much ball. in high school team as well as select teams, all of that type of stuff. But just proud of how hard she worked. And so I am going to go ahead and splatter this before I put on too many embellishments. And I didn't really want to get any splatters on the cut file either, particularly since it has all those words and such on it. And so I'm going to go ahead and splatter. And then I am going to use this stencil that I talked about at the beginning. This is from Peartree Cutfiles. And I really like this stencil with the shooting stars. And I don't know about you guys, some star stencils are just they end up kind of not looking like stars. They just, it's hard to get all the points filled in and all that, but this was actually really easy to work with, and the stars are all really recognizable, and so I really like that. Now I used my stencil brush at the beginning, but decide to go ahead and just use my palette knife here to get the um, this is a, um, I think it's the Crafter's No, it's picket fence, texture paste. And I think it's goldenrod or something along those lines. The only thing I have to be kind of careful of is the large stars, just making sure I don't scrape too much off of those. And so I like how this is looking so far. There's a few elements that I tried to work in that I just don't want a whole lot around the picture. And so I have a few sentiments that I have there. Now these two little buttons aren't going to end up staying on the layout. I'm going to go ahead and put my photo on chipboard and then adhere it to my page there. And I'm just going to use a few little sentiments, as well as that film strip. I'm going to use that. That is off to the left there. And I am going to add uh, off camera. I don't think I even have it for you to see until the close-ups. I'm going to put Legendary up above the photo. Go team here, but just a few bits and pieces because I really want the picture and that cut file to be the start of the show. So I think I'm getting close to the end. Thank you for watching. Check out Pearscriptions at Peartree File. Here are some close-ups, and if you like the content, please hit like or subscribe. I would appreciate it. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.